Hello and welcome back for this video. In this video we want to speak about the project I'm creating, the authentication system, better known as single sign-on. But I will in this video create the last step before I will push a new version for Docker Hub. So in this video we want to confirm about the access token. So when you're logged in on the login screen and you use the username and password that already exist, and then you accept the access for the provider, or you already have do this, then you will be sent back for the web page you come from. And in this case you only get the access token from the user, and before that we have binded for the account ID and the provider ID. So if you use your private key from the provider and your provider ID and asking for the data about the access token, then you will get this response back from the decrypted JWT token, and you will getting the JWT token you can send for the client, so you can verify the user is logged in or not. So that's what we want to speak about today, and I really appreciate you here with me. And of course I really hope you want to subscribe this channel. You can do it in the right corner below on the thing, of course. And I really hope you want to ask me questions about the system in the comments field, so you're really welcome. Else then I'll just say thank you one more time for watching this video, and then let's code. So the first we want to do in the code should be, you need to open the middleware and then the provider file, provider verify. And inside here we will go in for the access token. I'll just see about it. It's around here, I think. Verify. Here we go. And what I want to do now here, it's a non-provider check, and whoops. And we will build a list, and the list should be those two here, and we need to add one more, and it should be verify access token, and it should be a get. We don't have this address right now, but we will add it. And then we have some environment variables down here. We need to make a get here. I don't know why we don't use get before, but that's meaning it's return false if it's not exist. If you don't do this, it will be broken. I'll minimize this, and we have some providers some places, yeah, here, and then we just get it here, and you can just copy this and see, and that's meaning if it's exists and the provider ID is inside, then it's good. And I think that's what we need to change in the middleware before we will continue for the next step. So let's go in for the Flask up here with the, we will create a new file, call it not a new file, sorry, we'll go into the token and create a new function. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's static method, and we will call it for verify access token, and then I will pass it out here, because then we can go inside for the app here and going up for the token here and say verify access token. I'll just put it down here, verify access token, and verify. So let's just keep this access token, it's no problem. And then we have it ready here. So now we can go inside the Flask token again and do what we want and minimize the middleware and go inside here. So let's preparing here to say we have an access token, and the access token is request, and it's header get, and I want to say the access token, and we need two more. We want to say provider secret, and we need the provider ID. And that's meaning if you know all the 3 steps here, then you can get access for the access token. Else you will be declined. Then we need the access token inside here, and I can see we need to add this from library access. Whoops. Import access token. And then we go in down here and say the token is equal to access token. And then we basically override the access token, so we can't get access for this anymore. And that's okay because we don't need it anymore. Then we need to make a verify, and the verify access token verifier, we need to build in the access token, the file here. And we don't need this. Oops. And not this, and not this. And then we need the one called verify access token. And inside here we need the provider ID, and we need the token, the provider secret, and it's a string, and this is a string too. And pass, and what we want to return here should be a boolean and the dictionary. The dictionary is where we contain the token data. So let's going back for the token here, and what I want to do now is access verify, and then we need the token data. It's equal to access token, and provider ID is equal to provider ID, and the provider secret is equal to provider secret, and then we get the data what we want. And then if access verify, then print succeeds, else error. That's something we want here. And then let's going back for the access token and create the logic inside here. When we are here in the access token file, we need to import the logging. We need to use this, and then we need to say from ODM provider, we need this provider as ODM provider, and then we need one more up here from library authentication, import authentication token. We can scroll down now and starting to fix what we want here. And I'll say if self access token provider ID is equal to object ID provider ID. Then we are inside here. Verify, and we don't need the second one, self verify. We just verify what we have here. And then we say if not verify pass, else. Just say here login info access token expired. Return false and nothing. Else we need to say we need to try something here, and else if it's not here we want to say login info and say provider ID not match access token provider ID and we will return it again, return false, and an empty directory. That's the only two options we have right now. The next one we want to do now is confirm about the provider ODM. It exists and it's having what we want. So we want to say try ODM provider object and get, and then pk it's equal to provider ID and secret key private is equal to provider secret. And if we're going in down below here, that's meaning provider ID and secret key allow to get access for this provider, else it will hit does not exist. And in this case we want to say login info and say provider ID and secret key do not match, and then we want to return again a false and then nothing. And now we are ready to, if those two here it's correct access is down, then we are ready to make one to say authentication token verify. Then we take the token self access token account token and put it inside and say if we are inside here then everything is good, else want to return false again. And I want to say login info and then say token is not verify account token. Then we know what we working with are. Then we need a token, authentication token and decode, and inside here we want to the token up here and just copy this and return, and what we're gonna return should be true. And we need the JVT and the JVT token here, and then we need the data, it's the token. And then we basically have the function ready here and can going back for the token, and that's what we're going to do now. It's completing the data here. And what we're going to do, it's the simple one. We just say if it exists, whoops, return response, and then dumps what we want and put some data inside, and then we want to say mem type it's equal to text JSON, whoops, and response 200, and else we want to the error, and the status here should be unauthorized, yes, and should be 401, and status okay, and we need the token, and data is equal to token data, and say JVT here and JVT here. And then we are basically ready to test the token out. So let's go in for the browser and make a login from scratch. We need to open the authentication process. So in this case, I just need to test and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's going back for this one and remove everything except the last one. And then we logged in. And now I'm logged in and having the access token up here. It's very, very long. Okay, I have the 2 access token, interesting. That's a bug I probably need to take care of. So let's open this one and going for my verifying here, and I have a header. So the access token should be this one, Then I need the provider. I need the provider ID and the provider secret. Let's going to the database one more time and going for provider. And what we want to do now is the secret private key. We need to copy the value of and insert it, and going back and see what is the ID. It's the copy value here, and then we try to say what's happening. We are on otherwise, so we need to see what's happening. Token is not verified, so we're going back for the access token here and see the token is not verified. And I figured out what is happening, and it's a returning error here, access token and the account token. I used the wrong word, so I save it again and going inside and try to send it out, and you can see that's what my data is. That's my account ID and that's the token to verify the ID, so I need to encrypt it. And because we have it's about the provider secret, it's no problem to log in at this user with having the token, but we use the token and the ID to do something. So I think maybe when you are requesting the access token, the token here should not be there. So let's going back for the data here in the JVT token data and say if token is in the token, then the token, because then we don't want the token back. I think that's more correct. So let's do this, and we now remove it. The ID is fine, because then we can say this ID is bind for my locally user. So when you log in with this system, then you get access for my local database. We only use this to log in. We don't keep any information like address and something like that. That's not the plan. So the token is private for the account and not for the system administrator, and only if you are basically the container holder you see that and you have directly access for the database, and that's the problem with everything. But if you're giving this service out and just hosting it for your friends, then the friends will never see the token for the user inside this system. And that's my idea, and that's working now. And thank you so much for watching this video. Remember and subscribe to this channel. You can do it in the right corner and press the ding below, of course, and hit the like button if you like it. And you're very welcome to smash the comments fields and help me up to improve this concept. And of course, you can get all the code. You can see the description. I link to my GitHub profile, my GitHub project, and even to my Docker Hub where this project is running in the container. So you can just run it out of the box without seeing any kind of system here. You can just try and use it. This video is doing so I can update a new version for Docker and the Docker Hub, and I'm happy to have you here today, and I really appreciate you to watching this video to end. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. And remember, this project is not finished yet. Hope to see you next time. Bye.